I'm enjoying a beautiful Okay. I'm enjoying a beautiful afternoon hike here on Isle Royale. Oh, gee, it's Isle Royal. Ugh. Isle Royal. Okay, start again. You might wonder why I'm taking this winding journey around the lakes region. I decided when I made these reservations in November of 22 that backcountry camping on Isle Royale on the shoulder season is a risky proposition in terms of weather. So I had to wait until the Rock Harbor Lodge was open so I could get a cabin. Seaplane and ferry service doesn't even start up for another week. So I intended to spend a week in this area as I awaited the first flight to Isle Royale and for the lodge to open. First of all, this planned route gives me the opportunity to visit Canada, which is my fourth and final touch point on the trip. You know, touch the Pacific, touch Mexico, touch the Atlantic, and touch Canada. Second, I got to travel around a beautiful section of the Lake Superior Loop, which was a suggestion park visitors made to me way back in early March at Big Bend National Park. You can check that out in episode 7. All of this meant kind of having to backtrack to Michigan, but I don't see it as backtracking. I see it as an opportunity to see more stuff. So let's start with my visit to touchpoint number 4, Canada. This is the approach to the border crossing at International Falls, Minnesota. I told the customs agent my route takes me through the Quetico Provincial Park, and she said, "Oh, you must go see Kakabeka Falls." And I was like, "Say that again?" And she said, "Kakabeka Falls." So then I put it in my phone. She said there's a lot of spring runoff right now, so the fall should be amazing. So of course I'm going to go check it out. But in the meantime, welcome to Canada. Highway 11 across this section of Ontario was particularly beautiful. I thoroughly enjoyed driving a couple days across this area. There were lakes everywhere and an abundance of beaver dams in every direction. Now, in just a couple days, the name Voyageurs National Park, the park I just visited last week, was about to make total sense. Okay, let's check out Kakabeka Falls and see if it lives up to the hype the customs agent said. What do you think? I have to say that I was so amazed at the volume of water going over the falls at this time of year. The rangers here said it was running at maybe 4 times its usual volume due to the snow melt. There's a really nice walking trail that takes you right over the top of the falls, and you can get this incredible view of what it looks like right before the water heads over the falls. Woo! That spray coming off of those falls. Oh, it's a rainstorm over here. Here is my entry back into the United States at Grand Portage, Minnesota. The border agent here talked my ear off for maybe 10 minutes. There must not have been anyone behind me, I guess. Anyway, here's some snippets from our conversation. It was lovely. Hello.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm well.
Good.
How are you?
Excellent.
Where do you live?
Washington State.
What brings you over this way?
I'm on a trip. I'm touring the country.
Sweet. Where did you enter Canada?
International Falls.
How do you like this R-Pod?
It's awesome.
Is it?
I left home in January.
Oh.
And I've towed it over 12,000 miles.
With this Tacoma.
Yeah.
Which, from what I've heard, Tacomas don't tow stuff that well, but it hasn't been an issue.
Nope.
Huh?
It's been great.
I mean, it's light.
This is 3,000 pounds.
Right.
Unloaded.
Right.
And this will do 5,000, so it's not been an issue.
No.
Yeah.
So where are you going now?
I am headed to Isle Royale.
Oh, okay.
But I have to get over to Hancock, Michigan first.
Yeah, I don't think the ferry's running yet.
No, but the seaplane is, and that's how I'm getting there on Friday.
Ferries don't start running until like June 1st or something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's coming up.
Yeah.
And what are you gonna go hike down? What'd you retire out of?
Healthcare.
Okay.
The pandemic, I was like,
Get the open road.
I am so done. Yeah, this is my detox trip.
Yeah.
Healthcare is broken. It's broken. I'm done.
Yeah,
Done.
especially here in the States, it's a racket, man. Like, it's ridiculous.
It is. It's complete. You couldn't design a worse system if you actually could get in a room and say, let's design the worst
Destroy
system.
this. Yeah.
With all the wrong incentives and all,
Well, they say.
Well, you get the idea. I almost wish he would have pulled me over so that we could chat longer, but there was more to see today, including an impromptu stop at the Grand Portage National Monument.
I am on the western shore of Lake Superior and saw a sign while I was driving to the Grand Portage National Monument. Of course, I have plenty of time, so I'm going to stop and check it out. Let's see what this place is all about.
Remember all those beaver dams I saw in the area I just drove through? This monument captures the area's rich history in the fur trade of the late 1700s and early 1800s. Voyageurs was the French name for the human beasts of burden who carried, and get this, 180 pounds of furs and equipment on their backs over hundreds of miles so that the furs could get to European markets from this port on Lake Superior. Furs and supplies would be loaded into canoes for parts of the journey and then have to be portaged by the voyageurs for other parts of the journey. So now we know how Voyageurs National Park got its name.
Well, this is cool. I wonder if this will work.
The backbone of the fur trade was the voyageur, tirelessly paddling canoes laden with trade goods, provisions, and furs across a continent.
Good for you guys.
This one. Yeah,
Stand underneath this
stand in
one.
the end and look that way. Look how big it is. That's the
Oh
freighter.
yeah, that's huge.
That's a freighter
So
that
this-
would come from Montreal.
This is a little darker.
This is one of those ones that would carry 4 tons or something, they said in the movie.
That's what a load looks like. Plus the guys. Plus
Oh
the
my
stuff.
gosh, no way.
I mean, scrape it a little bit and see.
It would carry all that.
Scrape it and see if it
Plus
is.
guys paddling in their stuff.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then this is the North Canoe. So that would come down the riverways from the interior of Canada.
Yeah.
And then they'd stop at Fort Charlotte, which is the other end of the Portage Trail.
Uh-huh.
And then
Wow.
the guys in the middle of this
Yeah,
canoe,
Fort Charlotte.
they got to carry stuff to Fort Charlotte and bring the stuff back. They were just grunts.
Wow. They wouldn't portage these canoes too, would they?
No, that's the
They
whole,
leave them at Fort Charlotte,
Yeah,
right? And then they just,
Bring this
they have to carry all this stuff.
They carried this stuff up and came back with furs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So these guys were
Crazy.
just working horses, the voyagers.
Yeah, the Voyageurs, they're amazing. Well, I have learned a lot this day. Nearing the end of the Grand Portage National Monument Trail. Oh, look. Oh, look. Oh, wow. Okay, so this is Lake Superior, the very, very western edge. Or at least that I know of anyway. Not the very, very western edge. Very, very western edge is at Duluth. This is beautiful. Now, do you see that landmass way in the distance over there? That's Isle Royale National Park.
This is Abby, our seaplane pilot for the 45-minute flight from Hancock, Michigan to Rock Harbor at Isle Royale National Park. The weather over the 3 days I planned to be visiting the park was spectacular. I really was so fortunate again because Abby said it's not uncommon for flights to be canceled or delayed due to the weather. Now, I've never flown in a seaplane before, and because I was a single rider and not with a group of people, I got to fly in the shotgun seat on the way out. That takeoff was so smooth, I couldn't really tell when we actually lifted off by the feel of the airplane. I had to look down to see that we were ascending. We flew at about 2,600 feet the entire way to the island, and the views were spectacular. Again, I keep looking down and thinking, that looks like an ocean to me. And this is our arrival at Royale National Park. We're landing in Tobin Harbor, and the Rock Harbor Lodge and cabins are just about a quarter-mile walk away from the seaplane dock. Just like with the takeoff, I couldn't tell we landed on the water unless I looked down and saw that we were actually on the water. It was so smooth.
I made it to Royale. I'm packing all my stuff over to the lodge, but you have to hike like, I don't know, I think it's like 1/8 of a mile. It's not that far. It's a beautiful day, but I gotta tell you, everything smells like pine. It smells so good.
And then, no kidding, just as I was self-registering and getting park information at this tent, this happened.
Okay, we'll just walk through. Here, Moose. Did you see that? It just walked right through here. Like right behind me. Terry Scretney, if you're watching, this is just right down at the harbor area. I just got off the seaplane. A little bit of a hike, carrying 45 pounds worth of stuff to the housekeeping cabins. I'm staying in room 209, and if you ask me what I'm looking forward to the most, you know, I've been taking RV showers for the last 4 months. I'm looking forward to a nice long shower. That's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. All right, here we go. There we go. Oh. Okay, here's the bunk beds. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Oh, what a lovely place. Oh, look at that view. Nice place to set my stuff down. Kitchenette. Look at that. I assume that folds out, right? And is this a bathroom? Okay, let's turn on the light. How do you turn on the light? I don't know how you turn on the light. Oh, yes. A real shower! Oh, I hope they have a big hot water heater. Yeah. This will be just fine. This will be just fine. This will be just fine. Oh my gosh. I could just sit here and look out the window. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful.
Royale is a big island. There are no roads here, only a network of trails crisscrossing its 43-mile length. So since I'm here just 2 nights, I'm only going to see a mere fraction of this rugged wilderness. I've got 2 nearby hikes planned, followed by long showers. The first one to Susie's cave, and the second one out to Scoville Point.
This is the hike out to Susie Cave. It's a short hike. It's like 4 miles round trip, and I'm just going in at strolling pace and enjoying the views. They said that this island park system has over 400 islands. And I'm thinking that it's because they're counting the little ones like that. Those two maybe over there. There's another one there, but you can see there's just this whole island is ringed by little islands like that. But this hike is great. Here's a picture of the trail. And it just goes right along the shore here. This is fantastic, and the weather is perfect. It's about 60 degrees right now. So this must be the infamous Susie cave here. This used to be the shoreline, I don't know, thousands, millions of years ago. I think actually thousands during the Ice Age. And so this cave was eroded away by wave action, I'm guessing. So I blocked the hole that was coming through. Did you see that? You see that? So anyways, I found its hole where it was getting into the cabin, and I blocked it, and I could hear it kind of scurrying around in there this morning. So of course I'm going to go tell the housekeeping staff that there's an issue with room 209. But I actually did get back to sleep okay, and now it's the morning and I'm going to go to the Wi-Fi hotspot and the watering hole, check in, and get the day going, make some plans. I'm hiking out to Scoville Point this afternoon, and it's just a beautiful day. Beautiful. Been bumping into other hikers. They've been telling me a couple things. First, they've said that usually this time of year the bugs can be pretty bad, and in the summer I guess Royale is known for its swarming bugs, flies and mosquitoes. So I am just so, again, thank you Trip Guardians, because there aren't any bugs out right now. It's just a beautiful, sunny, warm day with no bugs. The second thing that the other hikers have told me is that shortly up ahead here is an eagle's nest to look for that's readily seen from the trail. So they've given me the landmarks to look for it, and I'm looking forward to seeing if I can actually see them. All right, let's keep going and see.
I looked everywhere for the eagle's nest and was disappointed I couldn't find it. While enjoying the view here at Scoville Point, I said a small prayer to the island to help me find the eagle's nest on the way back. A short distance from Scoville Point, way off in the distance, I could see a bald eagle, but it didn't look like it was sitting on or near a nest. So, and now this is really how it happened. I asked the eagle on top of the tree if it wouldn't mind showing me to its nest, and told it that I was just going to look and not harm anything. And literally not 3 seconds later, its mate flew by, as if to say, "Don't worry, hon, I got this." And I was able to track it directly to their nest. Another coincidence? After everything great that has happened on this trip, I don't think so. I just sat and watched the eagle for maybe an hour. I completely lost track of time until I noticed it was getting kind of cold out, and I figured I should probably hike back to the cabin now. Sometime during the day, the wonderful maintenance staff came in and placed a mouse trap for my reassurance.
It's been a full day of hiking. Just getting back to room 209 here. And I'm just nervous about that mouse trap to see if it's been triggered. You know what I mean. All right, let's go inside and have a look. All right. A little nervous. Okay, nothing triggered. That means the question is, do you plug the hole for tonight or leave it open? Which could mean a very unpleasant surprise in the middle of the night. Okay, good news from last night, and that is no mouse attack. I took all the food wrappers and garbage outside and put it in a bin. Mouse didn't stop by. What do you know? Happy about that.
Right before I was going to head down to the plane, I did get a visitor.
Look who's visiting right outside my cabin this morning. I'm just going to remain very still. Oh my gosh, thanks for coming by. How awesome is this? Thank you for coming by. Good morning, everybody. This is Rock Harbor on Royale National Park. This visit completes National Park number 54 for me, and I've completed the lower 48. And boy, Mother Nature treated me to her finest at this national park. Beautiful views, clean water, clean air, wildlife encounters. You saw the moose that visited me this morning. That was spectacular. The eagle's nest, and you know, the one wildlife encounter I was glad to not have was bugs. There have been no bugs here. I haven't had to get my mosquito repellent out at all. So I consider myself, again, just extremely fortunate. Okay, so on the way home from here, I'm headed home. I am going to be stopping at one more national park, and that's Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota. Only one night, because I've been to that national park before. And there's a lot more journey to be had. I'm going to be doing some trip reflections. I should say bucket list trip reflections, because really this has just been an epic journey. I'm going to have an outtakes video, so watch for that. I'm going to have a musical reflections video, which hopefully you'll really like. I think it'll be fun. And also, what about that electrical issue going on with my RPod? I got to figure that out. And so stay tuned for hopefully the end of that mystery and a good fix. So be sure to hit the subscribe button. That way you will be notified when all of these videos come out. Until then, I'm going to hit the road, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye.